Foam rolling is a self-myofascial release technique that you can use to relieve muscle soreness, muscle tightness, and increase your range of motion. It is an effective tool to add to any workout, whether it be your warm-up, your cool-down. Although the benefits will vary from person to person, this tool has saved my life in more ways than one. Let's get to the video. The whole reason we were rolling around on this foam roller is because we got some sort of pain, whether it be in our lower extremities or upper extremities. Seeing that these trigger points develop in the spindles of the muscle, it is important that we have some type of technique to release this pressure and again get some blood flowing so that we can go ahead and heal that area. Ideally, to release one of these dots, you have to stay on that spot for 30 to 120 seconds, which can sound crazy. One of the best parts to foam roll is your IT band. It is the largest piece of fascia in your body, and it stretches all the way from your hip, from your TFL, all the way down to your knee, and it acts as a spring to locomotion. So when your leg starts to swing back, it is storing energy. That energy is released as the leg swings forward, thus resulting in some sort of potential energy saving. So if you think of it like a rubber band, it is important that we go from the origin all the way into the insertion. And I'm going to show you a couple techniques of how we can do that and really target the area of that TFL. When we get to our quads, we know the function is to extend the leg at the knee joint and flex the thigh at the hip joint. It is important that you start with the inner half of the foam roller and set it at the top of the thigh, right at the hip flexor. You want to go ahead and flex the knee and extend the leg. By doing so, you are releasing tension and permitting the blood flow into those areas, which again, blood heals. When we get to our glute max, this is the most superficial muscle that you can feel. It's also the largest muscle that we have. So when we look at the function of it, it is extension and external rotation of the thigh at the hip joint. And being that we're working with the glute max, it is important that we follow the muscle from the origin to insertion. So I want you to use your foam roller. Instead of rolling on it horizontally, we're gonna go ahead and put it vertically so that we can trace that muscle basically from your butt crack all the way down to the side of your hip. Before you start rolling the hamstring, it's important to remember that all the three muscles of the hamstring originate from the same origin spot. So if you keep that in mind, when you start the foam rolling sequence, you wanna have that foam roller right under that butt crease, right in that origin spot of your hamstring. When we get to our calf, it's important to know that we're actually trying to get the calf, the gastro, and the soleus. So the soleus is what basically keeps you upright in a standing position. So when you get on your foam roller, you can roll over your calf and you're gonna realize that there's nothing, you really aren't feeling anything. But once you go ahead and stack that other leg on top of your bottom leg, you're adding a little bit more pressure, which is gonna squash down the calf, thus getting a little bit more into the soleus. And it's a little intense because you're on a plank. So just keep in mind that we're only going through a couple times each leg and then be able to finish it all off. Thanks for watching the video, and be sure to look out for more videos on foam rolling in the upcoming weeks.